Yeah, yeah. Welcome back to the stream 2 of building the Auth page. Let me reduce the volume of this music so that it cannot be too high. So too high, let me reduce, not remove the old music. Yeah, I think there we have like the nice volume. You can hear it from that. So this is like the stream 2. So the first stream that I went, I did updating the wallet app that we built here, then integrated the M-Pesa in it. So like I'm updating the wallet app. We created like the Auth page, the UI part, but we didn't create the backend of it. So I'm going to create the backend. Like this is an Auth page for login and the register and login. Remember, this is a PHP application, so if you're not a PHP like developer, you can just view it if you are interested in it. So this is what we are going to do. We are going now to open the database. Opening the database by doing login, localhost, then php myadmin. So then we are going to remember that the application is running here, and application running here, it has this connection which is here, and the connection is linked to the database name which is known as wallet app. So we'll need to log into the PHP app, then find the wallet app. So the wallet app is located here. This is the wallet app, so I can just click there. Then you will see the tables that are in the wallet app. Then the wallet app will create a place where we can store the username. We can store here the username, the email, the phone number, the password, and that. So remember, like here, the username, phone number, and that. We can also add a field here for this UI, the register. We can add here a name. So text name. Why I'm not seeing this here. Let me see. Register. So register username. Let me remove here. I think I've written here like input instead of writing n. I wrote m, sorry. So I can replace it with n so that it can be input. So when I reload, you will see that here you can write like the name of the user, the username, the email, phone number, and the password. So here I will come and create a register first. So creating a register, remember that we have also given the name, so we will have no problem getting the data from there. Let me reduce the volume. We'll have no problem getting the data from there. So the next thing that we need to do like create like here, submit the form. So form action, it has been submitted to the same file, then the method should be post. So I'm going to create like a separate folder where I'll handle all the auth. So auth, then here in this I will do this. I will come and write auth, then right here an auth.php file. So the auth.php file, I will come and copy this here, and then or I can replace this with include. Rename include. So when I come, I will copy this file here, then paste it to this so that it can link direct to include. Then I will add this file which is being posted to, which will be known as auth here. Then I will come this and remove this. Let me remove this login. I will just remain with here and connection. Now we need to get like this connection here by doing this. This is the auth page. Now the auth page, before we start, we need to start a session, because remember we will be using like the session. So starting a session here, enter, then session, session, then underscore start. So after that we will include the database connection. So we have started the session because we will use session, and then we have written include. Now remember that we are registering that, and remember that here this is the register. So when a person clicks this, it will click the register. So here, from here, when he clicks this is what we will trigger. We need to know if it is a register, so we'll come and copy that. When we copy that, here we'll come here at the bottom, then here it's where we will do the registration. Let me write it with capital. I like writing I like writing the capital, like the comments in capital letter. I don't know, it's my thing. It's not a math, but it's what I usually like doing. So here I will come and write if is set. By writing if it is set, it means you're checking if it is clicked. So when you write if it is set, then you'll write here then write underscore, then I will write post. So when I write post, I will come here and do this, and come and do that. So then I will do this. So it will be if it is set, then the button name, which is register. So you can see from the register that the button name is written register. So here you can come here and put it, so it means that you have clicked the register button. Now you'll do the actions there. Now we need to get like the individual data, the data that have been written in the input. Then come here and write this here, then write name, then do this. You can use post here, but I don't advise you using this because of some SQL injection. You can just do this, write in name, then come here and write this, write MySQL. Sorry, let me do this, MySQL with a small letter, then here MySQLi, then real name, real escape string. This is a global function. Then the next thing that we are going to do, we are going to get like the username, then the email, then the phone number, everything from that. So we can use like Git Copilot to generate that, so that we can save time there. Then it will get like the phone number, then the last confirm password, then confirm password. Yeah, now that's what we need. It means that we have this whole input. Now when we come like here and come to the auth, then we echo like this data which is there, echo. Then I can come do this, copy this. Now we want to write like the echo here. I can show you an awesome command that I know. You can just come and hold alt, then do this, then select sorry, let me cancel that. You can come and hold alt, then copy this, click there, then click here. I don't know why it's doing that, but from there you can hold alt here. Let me cancel this and hold alt, then I will copy that, then format that. You can hold alt so that you can do what I've done, then select where you want to do the adjustment. Then we can come here and test if the data which I've entered in this input is the same that will be echoed received in the auth. Let me write it here like the username as Umeskia. I've written the username as number, that's why I'm getting like this. So let me adjust this username. The username data should be a text, like a text. So a text, when you adjust it to a text, it will not show a number like this. So let me reload again and see. You see it has shifted from being a number to being a text. Let me replace that. Then I will write here as Umeskia. Then I will come here and write this. My number, it's 0768168060. Then I'll write like the password, and here the password. Then click create account. When it click create account, remember in the URL it has shown include auth. So include auth, it means that there is an error, which is connectivity, and connectivity is not located in the same folder as include. So it means we need to move outside the include, then get this connection. So by doing this, come into log auth, then come to this, then write dot, meaning that we are coming out from the redirectory of include, then going to back to the connection, so that we can get this exact redirectory where the connection.php is located. So when we reload, we will see that the data that we have entered in the field, it's posted there. So we can go back there. Now we need like to come here to this auth and see what we can do with the data. So I will click this echo, then this is another VS Code command. You can just click where highlight this echo, the first echo, then click Control D to there where you want, then you can delete them as once. So post it now there. Now from this, after we've gotten this, we can now do the security checks. Now the first security check that we are going to do, we are going to compare if the password that has been entered and the confirmation password is the same. So I will come here and do right here. I'll come here and do this. So if the password that have been entered does not match with the confirmed password, you should take it back to the register. But I don't like using this header. What I like using is echo. You can use header location, but me, I like using JavaScript to send it back. So from there I will write script, then close it, then I will write window dot location dot href, then it will take to the register page where it will echo that the password do not match. Then come here and copy this and echo that, then I will do this. Okay, now remember that here when we write password that do not match, you can see from here we can come and write here like the passwords here, then the password here, then click create. So when you click create, you can see it has echo password do not match. The reason why it has shown password do not match, this is what is handling the error here. It's checking. You see, when we return like register.php with this error, it will get this message which is there. So that's why when there's a password here, it's sending this with this error. So to echo this here, you just need to come here and like this for register, you can see if it is success, it will echo with a green color here, success. For error, if there is an error in the get error in the URL, it will get the error, then echo it, but the color will be red. So this is how it's echoing those errors, and also the success will be echoed here. So from here you can come to the auth. Now the auth here, the auth page here, we need like to do another security check, and the security check that we have, we need to see if the username that is being entered is the username is exists. So by doing this, we will do a check if user name exists. So we can do this, we can do check username, not by doing that, that's a bad idea. We can write here MySQL I then do query, then select from users where username is that. Now let's come here at the database, the wallet app. You can see we don't have the table user, so we can create a new table and name it as this user, where we will store the information. So here, come and click create name user, then come here and add like those four. Then I'll write ID, then leave this ID as an auto increment, then come here and write username, then username I'll make it as text. Not let me write username, let me write name, then I'll write here, then place it as null, then here I will write the username here, then leave it as text, then I'll leave it as null, then I will add like four tables for storing, like storing the name, user, email, phone number and password. So I'll write here like phone, email. So the phone is Vakacha, then I'll write it 500, then I'll write it as null, email watch, then let me put it like 1,000 because they are very long emails, so you can adjust it to anything. Then here I think that's okay. Then here I will write the password. So password I can leave it as Vakacha, then write it as 1,000, then close that first, then save, make it as null. Then user, we will need to get the balance of the user. So the balance, let me leave it like that. I will show it in another tutorial where we will add the balance. So let's come and do save. So when we save, we will save that, like the whole thing, the user. So this is the username. So the user, this is the user. Now the user, what I'm going to do, I will come here and check from username. Now this will work. So for there we are going to check if it exists. So by doing this, MySQL number of rows, we are counting like the number of rows. Number of rows is greater than 0. If it is greater, it means that the username exists, so it will show that the username already exists. Okay, then we will write here else, then we will check if the email exists. So by doing that, we will check email, MySQL, check where in users where email exists. If it is there, check if it is there. By doing MySQL number of rows, MySQL number of rows, that, then we'll come here and do this else. So we'll come and do that. So MySQL number of rows, then you remember we have here the else for checking username. So then I will format. So formatting it, so MySQL number of rows, that, then MySQL, we are checking if the username is that, then come here this. So we have checked if there, then also we need to check like if the phone number exists. You can see Git Copilot has done it, checking for where it exists. Then we can do that. So by this Git Copilot, we've used here to generate code with Git Copilot, which saves time. Like you can see here, the code it's setting, we are checking if there is a phone number that has that. Then we need like to insert, but I will not insert, I will just copy this first. Then I'm going to do extra security checks by first doing this, first checking if the password has 8 characters, and checking this you need to write if we're checking if the password has 8 characters. So let me do this. If star length, sorry, if star length, this is for checking the length of the password. No, it is less than 8 characters. So the error password must be at least 8 characters, so it will show that. And that else, then the next thing that we are going to do, we're going to check here, we're going to check if you remember if the phone number starts with 254. So we'll check it by writing if the phone number first 3 digits here, the first 3 digits is 254. So if it is not 254, the phone number must start with 254, which is a Kenyan number there. Then we will do this. Come here at else here, then we'll come, let's close all the all tabs here. Then I think we have like the last here. Then we will format this. So when we format, we can see from here we are checking if the phone number at least it has 254. If it doesn't have, then we can verify if it is equals to, like, if the phone number is like how many, like 10. So usually Kenyan numbers, when you start with 0, it is 10 digits, but when you add 254, it is minus 0, so that's 9 plus 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, it is 12 or 11. It is 11. So 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so check if phone has 12 digits. Yeah, it has 12 digits. So by doing this, it will star length, you'll check like the length of the phone number. If if star length, the star length of the phone number is, if it is not equal to 12, it will return that and say that the 12 digits should be 12. So because when you start with 254, the Kenyan number will have 12 digits. So by that, we'll come here and do this, and then come here. So from there here we have checked all the securities. Now we will just insert the database. Let me insert it into the database. So let's test it. So testing it here, we'll come here and reload and come and do this, and write here Umeskia. Then when we write here, write 07, then we can write like 4 digits and see if it will check it will handle all the errors. So you can see the 2 passwords do not match, so let me make it match, but it's 4 characters. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. So when we do this, it will show that the password might be at least 8 characters, so it's handling the errors. So I'll write like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then the phone number, I will do this here. It's saying that the phone number must begin with 254. So by doing this, it will write here 254, then reload that. You can see account created successful. So when we come here, we can click browse. So when you click browse, you'll see that it has this, but remember that the password here, the password cannot be this. That's a very wrong security measure. So we'll just delete this, then use M5, hash it with M5. So here we'll come here and hash the password. Now by hashing the password, I will write password hash M5. Then when we come here and go back, here, then we write Umeskia, then here 1 2 3 4, then I will write 07 68 168 060. Then here I will just write here, I will leave it as 1 to 8 as my password, then username, password there, reload. Yeah, and you can see account created successful. Now we just need to log in. Yeah, we can come here and see from here we have account created successful. So account created successful, and the password has been hashed so that it should not be visible. So come to this, we need now to set like the login to work. So the login, we will do some few adjustment. We will just handle here the login, but we'll come to the login page. Now the login page, will come back to this and copy this. We'll copy this auth page so that it can take also to auth. So we will handle the auth in one page. Now come to this and copy this here, auth, so name and the password, then the button name will be login. Then when it clicks login, it will send to the auth page, and then the error will be handled here. We can see and view the errors from here. Now the next thing that we need to do, we need like to handle the login page in the auth page. So we will scroll at the bottom, then check here, we will check if set. So here, by here we will log in the user, then if is set, then that, then here underscore post, then that, then we'll come to this and do this. Okay, post, then the button name is login, then we'll come to login. Then remember that what we are getting from the login, we are getting the username. That's what people will be using like to log into the app. So come to login, then copy this login, then do this. Come to login, then here this is the username. That's what I need. I come to auth, then get the data, then here the username, MySQL escape, then the password. Then we need to check if the password has first. Let me do this, check if the username exists first. So I will check if the username exists and remove this and write check if username exists by doing if. No, MySQL getting the data, MySQL, no, here check username, then here MySQL query, select from user where username, so MySQLi query, select from username where username exists. Then we will check if the number of rows, MySQL number of rows, is that correct. So if MySQL number of rows is greater than 0, it means that the database exists. and from there we can come here at the bottom and echo. If the user doesn't exist, the username, I will return to the login page, and the login page we will show that the username does not exist, and from here we can check if the password is correct. So we will check if where username is that which has been posted and the password is that, and remember that the password has been hashed, so you need to hash the password that has been entered with MD5. So password, then I will do this, hash it. I will hash the password, or I can just hash it from here. Hash the password. So I will hash the password with MD5. Then it will check there. If the password and the username exist, it will start a session which we will store the username in a session, this session here, then that, so that we can access it from there. So we can come back here and test if it will work. So the username, I've entered it as a number again, so let me adjust it. So from register, not register, login. So I will update the user to be a text. Then I will reload here. Then I will come here and write like Alvin, and then with a random password. When I click, it will show me that the username does not exist. So what I need to do, I need to write like the exact, I can write the username that we used, it was Umeskia, but with the wrong password, and see what it will show me. Incorrect password. So when you come here and write the right password, Umeskia, then write Alvin Nivla, not that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then we have logged in successful. Now remember, here we need to echo the exact user that has logged in, and remember we passed the session here. The session we passed here, the session on the auth, we passed the session username. Now the session username, let me check my music here, it's non-copyright, yeah, it's okay. So we passed the username here in this. So what we will do, we'll come to the index page, not the index page, the header first. Now the header, we'll come here to connect here, and then we will initiate a session. We'll start a session because we need to get a session, so we'll start a session so that we can know which session is there. Then from there we will get like we'll get the user. So I will come and write the username, then that, so it's the session will be the variable username. Then I will get username data. So from the user table, I'll select where there. Then I will get user is equals to MySQLi fetch array. Then MySQL, remove this, MySQL is fetch array. Then like the username will be, then user name, let me write name. Then if you want to access like the full name, the username is this, then the full number, phone number, the name, username, phone number, and email. Let me get the phone number, phone, then it will be phone, then email to be that. So phone, that's phone. So when we come here and copy this, we can come and echo the name here by doing this php, then echo name. When we echo name here, we can echo name. So when we come here and reload from here, we will see that we have user logged in, Alvin key view. Then now we have logged in, but remember we need to like click logout and then logout. So you see from here we can come here and see that we have logged out, but that's not the appropriate way. We can come here to the login page. Now the login page, we will start also a session. When we start a session, then check if user has been logged in. So check if user has logged in. Now we will do if user is not a set. If user is set, take to the index page with a success message. Index page with a success message stating that, let me start, you had already logged in. So when you come here and reload this page, because we didn't destroy the session, that's why you are getting like here it's taking you back to this and stating that we had already logged in. So it's not an error, it's a success message. So I call in a success message here, it's not an error. So from the index page, echo in a success message, just use that. Then come to the login page and do this, copy that. So when you come here and reload, like when you come and click logout, it will take you back to success because you had already logged in. So we need to destroy the session by when you click this. So when you click this, I will create like a separate file which I'll name it as logout .php. Okay, so logout.php. So here at the header, first the header. Okay, so here we are checking if it is logged out, and first we also here need to check if the user has been logged in. So if the user has not been logged in, you need to take him back to the login page. So by doing this, you need to log in again. You need to log in first. So when we come here and do this on the login page, we will copy this logout. This logout, we will place it to the here. So when the user clicks this, and we need to set something like here, then logout. So when the logout is there, we will come here and check here from here php, then start a session. Let's start. When you start a session, we can do this. We can destroy the session. By destroying the session, first we need to check if here has been logged out. If it is set, the URL there has a logout, it will destroy the session and take you back to the login and say you have logged in, you have logged out successful. So when you come here and reload here, let me copy this first, so I will use it for a certain demo. So I will copy here, you can see you have logged in, you have logged out successful. And when we come and copy this and go direct to the index page, without login, it will show you need to log in first. So we have, like, here we can log in again, Umeskia, and write Alvin right here, Alvin. So wrong password, but we can write Umeskia, then with the password 128. Then you have logged in. You can see you have logged in as Alvin Kiveo. Then we can log out. So from there you can do this and this. So we have created like the auth page, and now here we have this. So it means that this application has been created like successful. So in the next video, I will, like this next live, I will show you on how I can echo the individual balance here, the individual balance from here, so that we can echo specific balance for the account. Then I'm going to show you everything that you need to know about this. But yeah, I think I'm going to end like the live there, and see you in my